Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It is 12:15. Well, maybe it's 12:16 on the dot. And I am back with yet another episode of iRock.tv. We have real conversations, real talk about real careers that you can get real results. And we are soon to be the number one career development and career management internet show. And you know how that's going to happen? It's because you're going to tell your friends, and they're going to tell their friends, and then they're going to tell their friends, and you're going to hit the subscribe button on YouTube TV. On YouTube. So make sure you go out to youtube.com/iRockTV, the number 21. Because they won't let me just have iRock TV. I had to put numbers to it. So I get chosen year 2021. So go out there and make sure that you subscribe so you can get notifications when the next episode drops with some great content. And this show is all focused on giving you insights to career practitioners just like you, career professionals out there doing what they do with excellence and rocking out their career. So if you have a story to tell, a career story to tell, or you would like to share with my audience, go to iRockResumes.com, click on the button iRock.tv. There's a little drop down arrow, and then go ahead and sign up to be my very next guest. You know why? Because people love getting insights to what you do as a career professional. It's like virtual job shadowing. And yes, I am doing it all the time to make sure that you get what you need from real people who are doing the real jobs, and not just always career practitioners like me just telling you what to do. So I want you to have make sure you sign up. If you have a great story to tell, I would love to have you on as my next special guest. And I have some guests coming up later on in the month as well. But I wanted to get on here and talk to you today about something that as a career practitioner, we probably don't talk about a lot. And we don't tell our clients it's a lot. And that is, you don't have to know everything or be able to do everything that's in a job description when you're applying for a job. Yes, I know. It's like, oh my gosh, but my resume has to, go through the ATS. My resume has to match 100% with job scan. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all the real truth about all of that in a minute. But of course, let me see who I got. Hey, going on. Oh, you can't see me? Can you see me now? Okay, you said you can see me now. Okay, hey, girlfriend. I was like, oh, okay, yes, good. I'm so glad that you can see me, Kim. Thank you, Kim, for being with me. And hey there, Miss Nairobi. Thank you so much. One of my graduates of my iRock Resumes course that I taught her how to run a resume writing business. And also, just for you, so you know, if you go to the website, I have another class coming up in July. So if you have a talent for writing and have been writing resumes for people for free, I want to take you from free to fee. So my next session is coming up in July. So go ahead and secure your spot, register, and then we're going to kick off again. Okay. Yay. Hey, Ronald. And hopefully we'll see you tonight in the break room. I'm doing Thursday and Saturdays now. So I just want to make sure you knew that as well. So look at the schedule that's in the break room in the group. So hopefully you can make it on tonight. I think today is Huddle. So we're talking general stuff tonight. We got some good stuff, Ronald, about these assessments, Corn Fair. You know what I'm talking about, bruh. Okay, yeah. So so we're going to be talking about that on today. But I'm going to go ahead and cut over to commercial, and then I'll be right back. And then we'll dig into the topic for today. Again, you are tuning in to iRock.tv, where I come to you weekly talking about real careers, having real talk about real careers so you can get real results. And we broadcast on LinkedIn, we broadcast on Facebook, both my personal page as well as my business page, I Rock Resumes, and on YouTube. So please put your comments in there. And I love to say hello to everyone. And our topic today is you don't need to meet every qualification to apply for a job. Hello, Miss Rhonda. Hey! And Rhonda, you know what happened with your cousin. Whoop, whoop. So I got them that job, girl. Okay. Hey, Deborah. Have a blessed day. Amen. Oh, Deborah. General, hugs to you and to the family, okay? Love you, sis. Okay, so what I am going to talk about today, back to you don't need to meet every qualification to apply for a job. Now, let's talk about job scan, and let's talk about the ATS system first. Now, what people get confused about when you think about the job scan and the ATS system, they want to make sure that their resume meets every single thing in job scan. And I shouldn't just use and point out job scan. I say that because a lot of people know that, where you can submit your resume and you see if it matches the actual job application. And if it does, you want to make sure that you're almost copying it word for word to make sure you match. Now, that is a kind of a strategy, but I want to tell you that it's not always the best strategy. And I'll get into more of the details on why it's not necessarily best strategy. I've had people come back to me who have submitted their resumes and they say, well, they said I need this and that, said they need that. And then they'll send up, okay, now pay for our service. I said, it's a sales tactic. It's not necessarily, I said everything, and then I pull up their resume, I pull up the results, and I said, now see, your resume does have that. Oh yeah, there it is, your resume does have that. Oh, yep, it has that too. Oh, well, why would they say that? Well, they want to sell your resume. So therefore, that's why, not to say anything about that particular company. I'm talking about other ones as well. I'm talking in general, so I apologize. I don't want to point any company out because I do like JobScan. I have used JobScan before, and I just want to make sure that you're understanding that that particular tool is not the end all to the be all to make sure that you can apply for a job. That's my only point for that. It should be a tool used to enhance your resume, but don't think you have to match it at 100% to be qualified. The same thing with the ATS system, the applicant tracking system. Yes, we want to make sure you have the keywords and everything to get through the system when you're applying for the job, but you do not, hear me, you do not have to match word for word just to apply. And career practitioners, let's make sure we have our get this understanding to our clients to make them understand. Our gift is to tell your career story in the format of the resume that's still accepted today in order to get that interview. That's the most popular. Yeah, there's other ways out there to get an interview as well, very out of the box type of ways. However, the traditional and still highly used way of getting in front of that interview manager and also even getting to the recruiter is through a resume. And you have to trust our talents and our coaching to make sure that we're targeting you and making sure that you are formed the way that that recruiter and or hiring manager can see your value. Now, I want you to hold on to that word, to see your value, okay? Because it's not about matching it word for word. So that's the difference. And I want you to separate that out, okay? So let's talk about that. Oh, yes, girl. Oh, he was like, I'm going to get him too, because I'm trying to get him to do something for me on LinkedIn. So tell him I'm after him, because I know he's enjoying his new job now. Okay, so let's see. Let me see. Okay, so the first thing I want you to understand is that companies want you to come in and learn. They do. They don't want someone who knows everything, because if you know everything, guess what? You're not going to be apt to mold to their culture on what they need for you to do it their way. Yes, not to say that you can't bring your ideas in, but if you come in already doing it a certain way from another company, so you're already ingrained into that process, how do you come in and differentiate yourself with that organization that you're trying to apply for? They would rather you come in with knowing something, but not everything. So that's the number one reason that you can apply for other jobs. And I'll get more to it. You'll see how everything makes sense as I pull it out. But companies want you to come in and learn their way, their processes, using your mind. And if you are a critical thinker and someone who can analyze information, you have won half the battle. Hear me, you have won half the battle. I would rather mold a piece of clay that's unformed than to try to get something that's already formed and I'm going to try to redo it again. Right? So let's talk real talk, right? Results, right? That's what we're going to talk about. So that's what I want you to think about, okay? And again, don't focus on meeting 100% of the qualifications. You don't have to, because a job description or a job posting is just that. Now, tell me, how many times have you gotten a job and all of a sudden that wasn't what you thought your job was going to be? They start throwing all this other stuff at you. So that job description that they put out there is not necessarily what you will be doing. It's just someone who's a great writer who, well, I shouldn't even say a great writer, a writer who writes job postings based on what someone has told them to do. And that's not necessarily what the company needs. That's just a title and something they have to do because, again, it's a traditional process. It's traditional. Yeah, I got to put something up here. Then when they get in, then we can make them, not make them, but have other things for them to do. So if you were to, that's why I consult with my clients. I want them to think through what they actually did on the job. Now, if you're still taking your job description and putting into a Word formatted such that it is in the resume format, you're not doing yourself justice. You're not telling your career story. What you're doing is duplicating what they have told you is your job duties. And because when I ask my clients, okay, so tell me about this. Oh, you know what? I don't really do that. No, we don't do that anymore. We changed that process. I'm like, well, why you got it in your resume? And then they just crack up laughing because I tell them like a TIS. I said, we're going to get all this out of here. Tell me what you really do. So that's why consultation is very key in preparing the resume writing process, because I get a chance to ask you directly, what do you do? Not from a questionnaire, not from you just sending me your job descriptions, because I need that information to help develop it. But I'm going to ask you deep, detailed questions about what you really did. Okay. And that's why you don't have to focus on meeting all the qualifications. Let's see. And if you meet all the requirements, guess what? You're going to get that job and you're going to be bored and you're not going to grow. If you meet everything, well, where's the challenge? I mean, really, if you meet it 100%, if you meet it 85%, what will you learn? How will it add value to you as a professional trying to grow in your career? So you have to think through that. So if I pull up a job description, I meet everything that they're asking for. Am I going to feel confident I'm going to stay there, or am I going to get bored? So I want you to think through that. So meeting all the requirements that's in the job description, job qualifications, could equal boredom and no professional growth. Okay? And this is something that's a reality. Women do this to themselves all the time. You disqualify yourself if you are not 90 to 100% skilled at what they're asking for. And then what do? We start saying, I got to go get a certification. I got to go get another degree. I got to do this. And we're thinking about all these things that we have to do to meet what this job is saying that may be obsolete by the time you finish that certification, by the time you finish that degree. It's not something that you always have to do. Comment. Yeah, and so that's not what you have to do. Because I remember we had a conversation in Nairobi when I did one about certifications and stuff. I said, well, what do you got to think through? Why do you want it? Why do you feel you need it? And even Nairobi, when you were on the show, you enlightened people about even become an online professor, because you said, if you go another route and do an actual certificate instead of a full MBA, you can teach at the junior level. People did not know that. So why spend 2 years and getting an MBA when you can get a certificate that's also a master's certificate and then teach? That's quicker. So you got to think through, what do you really need? Coaching helps you talk through those things and make you think differently than how you're attacking your career if you're trying to move forward in your career and grow. Oh yay! Donna said, true. Yep, it's true. And then Kim said, great point. And it's the truth. I see it all the time when I'm working with my clients. I tell, I never tell. I wonder if she's looking at this. She's gonna laugh because she can go know exactly who I'm talking to. This is a high level director at a major corporation. And then she said, well, I gotta go and learn PowerPoint. And I said, PowerPoint? I said, now, I said, what you think you need to learn PowerPoint? Because when I do presentation, I said, no, baby, at the level you are at, you hire someone to do your PowerPoint. Don't waste your time. Sharpen your skills on how to be the, I think she was, gosh, what was Charmaine? Oh, gosh. She was high level where she was dealing with the actual executives and building out programs and departments. So I'm like, focus on that. You ain't got to learn no PowerPoint. I said, hey, girl, you can hire me to do your PowerPoint if you need that. Okay, so therefore, just think through. What do you have to do? You don't have to do all of that stuff. Stop running after all of these. Let me see. And don't discount your capabilities. Because your capability of doing the role, if you can see yourself being able to do that, but you said, think transferable skills. What have you done in your past life that you can speak to where you know you can do that? So don't discount everything that you have done over the years. No, you may not want to put a 1989 job on your resume, but there may be a skill set that you can speak to about that. When you're interviewing, nobody gonna ask you, well, if they do ask you how long ago, that ain't their business. The fact is you have the skill. So if you're in an interview, you can still speak to that thing that you've done that aligns with what they're seeking. So think about that. That's why it's so important to develop an interview bank. I know this is not about interviews here, but these are the things I teach my clients to do. So they have all the tools in their career advancement toolbox to move them forward. Okay. Then don't think about it's not necessarily about lack of skills, but it's about having a lack of talent. Now, if you have talent, you can overcome the skill set because if you're a talented individual, you'll be able to adapt and learn all the skills you need. So don't think about that. So think about, am I talented enough to bring my A game to this role? Well, I can get in there and make an impact. And that's different from getting in there and hitting the ground running. Yes, with your critical thinking and your skill set. But if you get in there where you don't need hardly anything, then maybe that's probably not the position for you. Because again, what are you going to gain from that company that you're working for to put into your repertoire of career skills, abilities, and talents that you can then keep in? Remember, it's you incorporated that you can take with you to that next job. Every time you work somewhere, you need to not only give to them in exchange for the paycheck, but you got to make sure that you're taking what they're training and teaching you so you can utilize it for any job that you want. I've seen people lose jobs and lose their identity. And I'm like, well, why? Just because you were with that job and they taught you all that, did they take it when they let you go? Did they take your skills from you? No. Did they take your talent from you? No. Did they take your experience from you? No. All they did was took that job title and that company. You can take your skill set, your talents, your experience, and go and shop it with somebody else because you own that and no one can take that from you. So if you have the talent, you can overcome having a lack of skills. So if you have the lack of talent, yes, you may have to go and get the skills. You see that? So it all depends on you and what you need. And that's why it's good to have someone to help you with that. And job ads are guidelines. So treat them as such. I've seen job postings right now that my clients send me with 30 bullet points. I'm like, come on now. You all just made all this stuff up. And I'm looking at this job posting. I said, you all are really trying to put two jobs into one. So stop it. So and then you want to offer people $50,000 a year, but you want them to do $100,000 worth of work. No, when I look at it, I tell my clients, you ain't doing that one. That's too much work for what they trying to pay. No, then you'll be mad. So I make sure I coach you out of that, coach you to the right jobs to make sure you land your dream job. And if your desire is to make that dream salary, we're going to get that too. But some people are not motivated by money. They want that dream job. So we'll work on that to make sure that that happens. And Judy, she said that is absolutely correct. I lost my job 10 years ago. Judy, girl, come on. And then, you know, it's hard. And I understand. I've been with my organization 27 years as of May 25th. 27 years. But all of the blessed training, the high power conferences I've been obliged to go to. I mean, I have been to the Women of Power sponsored by Black Enterprise Magazine, the Women of Power Summit, 10 years in a row, all paid by the organization I work from. And do you know, although I was working the event as part of the sponsor, I was gleaning everything I could and kept putting it into my repertoire. Oh, I'm going to own my own business one day. You just watch. And I just kept putting it in. Thank you for sending me again. Yep, I'll work. What you need me again? Oh, yeah, I got you. Ritz Hotel, Ritz Carlton, high dollar everything, dressed to the nines, St. John and all. I'm showing up and showing out because I'm taking and I'm putting it in my repertoire. So you need to take advantage of everything that organization is giving you to put it into your corporation, so you can use it when you need it. Hence, I have this business 7 years also as of May 25th. And May 25th is kind of significant. Although I didn't know I was going to get hired at the organization 27 years ago on May 25th. That happens to be my mom's birthday. But I did intentionally launch my business on May 25th because it's my mom's birthday. And she's been gone with the Lord for, 13 plus years now. Oh, it'll be 14. Yeah, it'll be 14 years in October. So that's the significance for me launching it. But I've done all of those things I have taken into account. I said, I will be able to run my organization, my own company as a corporation because of what I've learned working for a Fortune 36 corporation. That's how I'm able to do it. Okay. Let me see. Yes. Amen. Oh, Kim, you went last year and loved it. I mean, my organization started that. Women of Power Summit was a spinoff from the Black Enterprise Entrepreneurs Conference. Our VP at that time had a session only targeted toward women. They loved it so much, and it was a packed out room that they asked the VP at that time to start a whole summit with them to do that. And we were the sponsors for 10 years. I went the first year, as an attendee, got connected with the VP because she just needed somebody to help her do something. I said, sure, I'll do it. So I did some errands for her, what have you, helping the women, rally the women up. And ever since then, she said, no, I need you to help me. Every year, she has pulled me back in addition to my 9 to 5. And I would help organize that every single year in my spare time and I got it to go for free because I was now working that event. And I learned so much and made great connections from that. And I have to say, I was also inspirational in having them to start the Women of Power TV because I kept telling them, I actually asked them to be the host of that, but they took my idea instead. Okay, that's another story for another time. So let me see. I received 4 degrees because my job paid. Woo, baby, do it. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Go after it. They will actually pay for you to do that. Get all the free education that you can. The company I work for just launched about a year ago this program. You can get it online, so it's nothing proprietary to the organization I work for, called Degreed. I have been begging people to go and take advantage of that. There are certifications they can get. They can learn how to do Microsoft Office, everything. I said, you all are, and you can do it on your own time. There's an app. There's an app for it. You just download the app while you, instead of watching TV, learn something. So these are things that you do to build you as a professional. And then guess what? It increases your worth. Cha-ching, cha-ching. And I help you be able to articulate that via paper on your resume, in your LinkedIn profile, and as you speak it. Okay? Yes. Okay, let me go back. Let me see what else I got here. Um, and then again, I want you to think about stretching yourself. So you have to have a growth mindset. Do you want just a job, or do you want a career where you can make an impact? So look for an opportunity that will stretch you. Now, if you've been working a professional non-management job for years, and you know what, I just never got promoted to management. Well, just because you've never worked in a management position, I don't mean you need not to apply. Let's apply. Apply for the job. If that's what you want to be a leader of people and share your knowledge that you have accumulated over the years and teach the next generation, let's do it. Who says you can't? Prior management experience, you've managed your workload, you've mentored people, you probably trained people too, because you were probably one of the best people. Baby, I can make those words do what it do. It's about articulating your worth so they can see you in their role. So have a growth mindset. Stretch yourself. If you've been a manager for years, who told you can't be the second line leader leading leaders? Who told you can't do that? Yes, you can. You know what? You have all the skill sets to be a director, even though you may be a first level line leader. Let's position you so they can see your value. Yes, and I'm hoping one of my people joined because she know I did that for her. It's like, you ain't got to have all of that. So stop applying for jobs you're overqualified for just because you think you're going to be a sure shot. You may not even get picked up because you are too perfect. So why waste your time? So think about it as you're developing your job search strategy. Again, everything should be strategic in what you're doing and not just throwing stuff to the wind and with your fingers crossed, hoping something happens. You can't do that. There's too much money at stake. You're asking organizations to pay you a salary, pay benefits, and give you PTO. One of my clients just got unlimited PTO. I'm like, girl, she said, well, I haven't been in the workforce in a while. Is that valuable? I said, yes, it's valuable. If I had that type of job, because I'm so organized and structured, boy, I'd be vacationing 6 months out of the year. Because I just have a talent for time management. And I'm very organized and detail oriented that my job takes me half the time to do. So if I had that, oh my gosh, I told her, I said, girl, you better go for this job. I'm going to tell you how to get 10,000 more. And she got it too. Wait, that's another story. Okay, so stop applying for jobs that you are overqualified for. It makes no sense. Let's see. So somebody said, yeah, LinkedIn user give access so I can see who you are. And Judy, I love you too, girl. This is 30 years of being in corporate America with 27 with the company that I've been with for years. And I have seen it happen. I have seen it time and time again. And the clients I work for, I just saw one of my CEOs calling me now. And I think he got one of the 3 jobs that we were positioning him for, because he said, I'm gonna let you know, Nickquolette. I said, okay. And then he wants to hire me too. I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but we'll see. But anyway, he just called me. But it's all about, how do you put your value out there? I mean, how do you think about what you bring to the table? And I can almost guarantee you, without any professional help, you're thinking lower than what you should be. And you just don't understand how to uncover that. Because I look for the gems to bring out of you that you hadn't even thought about. That's why I pick y'all brain in the consultation. I just can't look at a form. It's too hard. If I'm going to send you a questionnaire to complete, you might as well do your own resume. As you can see, I'm a relational person, so I got to talk to you and I got to talk to you. And my higher level clients, they don't have time to fill out questionnaires. And they said, that's the reason I'm with you, because I don't have time to do that. I need to talk to you. I'm like, okay, cool. But it's about, how do you position yourself? So stop limiting yourself on what you can do in this corporate world, because they have one set of things that you think you should do. If you are a serious career professional and you're asking for a salary of $75,000, $100,000 with benefits and more. I had a potential client put in for a resume review. Her target goal is $195,000. So if you're asking for that type of money to be paid, you have to articulate your worth, and also look at roles that's higher than that. You may want 195. Why not go for the 225? Why not? At least that's a starting point to negotiate, right? So think about it in a different way. You are your own corporation. You are. And I want you to think of yourself as a business. You need to understand your public relations department. Need to have a marketing department. You need to have a board of directors that are not below you. You need to have a board of directors that is at least one step, not to go get a VP that you can't, it's going to take you a while to get there. If there's one step ahead, think about that. Because I see a lot of people, I mentor with a CEO or I mentor with a VP and you're a professional technical. That's nice, but you need to be mentoring with a manager who can tell you the ropes on how you need to apply and what the real deal is on how to be a manager. That's what you need, because the VP and CEO, they too far up. They haven't done that kind of stuff in years. So think about that. And I help you think through all of that too. So I just want you to really think through for your career. What are you doing? And I'm even speaking to my career practitioners. Think about how we're discussing with our insured, I'm not insured, oh gosh, with our clients on how we need to position them in the job marketplace. And just because they think that they can run their resume through these services, that they are not 100% accurate, then you have to have a different conversation with them, because it's not about that. If they meet it 100%, they don't need to apply for that job, period. So hear me, do not. If you're meeting anywhere from 50 to 65%, even through the scanning of your resume with those services, you got a good shot. Trust me, you do. Okay? I know, right? Right, because we both work there, so now I gotta go bust some cues after this, right? Oh, you cracking me up, but you know what I said? Wrong setting. Okay, I got to get back on there in a minute. But I wanted to give y'all. I tried to talk to you all about. I give you real talk about real results. So about real career, so you get real results. And I teach you from my longevity in corporate America and my experience in doing so many different things throughout corporate America and having that different thought process. I don't follow the crowd. I can't follow the crowd. As who was that? They said, you got to do you. Russell Simmons, he wrote a book on that. Do you. You have to do you differently. Stop thinking you have to be like everybody else. Stop thinking that even in corporate America, the only way is up. Sometimes the best way is zigzag. You don't always. Sometimes you have to take a step back in order to take a step forward. And along the way, you keep collecting career experience collateral, and put it into your repertoire. So when you open up your bag of goodies, you can say, for this role, what do I need to select that best align with that role? Let me pick this one, pick this one, pick this one, pick this one. And when I had a question yesterday from a client who's purchasing for her son, she said, well, what is the difference between a master resume? I said, oh, a master resume is really your working resume, because that's a living and breathing document. You should be adding to that as you go, so that when it's time to apply for a job, you can choose out of that, save it as a PDF, and then that's the one that you apply for. So that's why it's called your master. You don't send your master to anyone, just like unfortunately, some of these singers had master copies of their work and people have taken it and it's worth millions of dollars. Your master resume is worth the same. So treat it as such. Let's see. I think that's all I have for you. Do you all have any questions? Was that clear and helpful to you all? If so, give me some thumbs up. And I'd love for you all to buy me a cup of coffee. You see, buymeacupofcoffee.com. I rock TV. $5. That's it. Buy me a cup of coffee. And that helps support this show. And it can buy me a cup of coffee. So I hope this was helpful to you all. And I would love for you all to join my mailing list so that you can be a part of the break room, where we have some awesome conversations in the evening times at 6 o'clock on Thursday. And now we're going to do Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock Central Time. And the reason I say Central Time, because I have clients that are in the Eastern and Pacific. So I'm trying to get as many time zones as possible where we have conversations about careers. I mean, yes, I can do tips about resumes, LinkedIn, all that kind of stuff, but I have a lot of that information already on YouTube. I'm going further because my career is not just about resumes. It's about helping you navigate corporate America, land the job of your dreams, not somebody else's dreams, your dreams, and make an impact so you can create a career that rocks. I'm serious about that. And that's what I help you do. And I am to the point now, I don't have imposter syndrome. I am confident in what I walk in. I'm confident because of the results that I get from my clients. I'm confident of what you can do. You just got to understand what you can do. That's it. So I think that's all I have. If there are no questions, y'all make sure you share the broadcast. And Ronald, I'll see you tonight. Don't be talking about me tonight. Hopefully you know, I know you work Storm and stuff, so hopefully you'll be available to meet with us tonight because it's open huddle and we're going to talk about career assessments and what to make of those and how we can best utilize those in our career because they're very valuable. Very. And I have something coming up soon. Oh, another thing, if you all haven't been seeing all those postings, I had a whole long week of celebration for IROC's 7th year anniversary. And it was so funny. I had a comment. They said, girl, you clowning this 7th year. And these are things I've been working on in the background for so long. So I told my assistant, I said, Ian, listen, I said, we got all this stuff that we just been holding. Why don't we go ahead and promote it all week long as part of the anniversary? He said, that's a great idea. And so that's what we've been doing is promoting a lot of the things that we've been doing behind the scenes to enhance our solutions for you. One of the things that we've been doing is transitioning from a service-based business, and we're a solutions-based business. So we're not just getting a resume and pushing you out to the wolves and say, good luck. No, we're giving you solutions so that you can create the career that you want. So some things are going to be happening on the website, and that's why. And that's because my clients come back after they do the resume package. They say, well, you know what? I now need this. I now need that. And I said, okay, I can't keep creating a discount code over here. It was driving me crazy. So therefore, I'm developing more robust packages that are solutions based. Will I still offer a la carte stuff? Yes. However, I know what will help you on down to getting your money. Okay, so I'm doing that. Okay, need to talk to you about pivoting towards teaching online graduate. Oh, yes. Well, you know, you coming tonight too, right, Nairobi? This is open huddle. So come tonight and we can talk about that, okay? Yep, excellent. So those are my tips that I have for you all. And I hope these were true, helpful for you, and that you can share this information and go out to the website and see some of the new things that I'm doing. My job resource board. What else I got out there that's new? I told y'all about the resume writing course. That's the resume writer's business course. This is the second phase I'm doing. Oh, I'm so excited. So sign up for that if you're interested in changing your free writing to that fee. And what else I got going on? Oh, gosh, I got so much going on. Some other things as well. Oh, if you're interested in the ebook, I have those on sale for $7 for this week only. You can download. You're hired. Do I have it? Oh, let me see. It's the ebook version. So you're hired. This one and then this one in the ebook version. $7 a piece, marked down from the normal $14.95. That's chock full of tips to help you. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to say bye for real this time. Okay, y'all, let me do this. And I appreciate you always joining me. Please make sure that you subscribe on YouTube at iRock TV and on youtube.com/iRockTV21. Like and subscribe and share with your audience. And I'll see you all next week. Same time, same place. It's Nickquolette Barrett, your Get Higher strategist, signing off for the week.